This is our gentle restorative class for this week. And today it is landing on a full moon, not only a full moon, but a super moon. The super moon is when the moon is in closer proximity to the Earth's orbit, and it has a stronger magnetic gravitational pull. And this is the second of 4 super moons in a row. With that being said, super moons have a tendency to get things stirred up below the surface of the earth. Therefore, there could be flooding, there could be volcanic action, tectonic plate shifts, things of that nature. And we are, I think, currently experiencing, and I haven't looked at all the volcanoes, but I know there's one in Iceland that's already erupting. So this month is going to be huge because we're starting August with a full moon, and we're actually ending this month with a full moon. And all the astrologers and psychics are saying August is going to be another explosive month and more disclosures that are about to happen. Personally, I was super excited about the hearings last week with the committee regarding UFOs and the potential of life beyond this planet. It's something that I've always kept an open mind about, seeing that there could be that potential and possibility. And sure enough, it's slowly leaking out, preparing us for this new era in which we are going to really become one with the universe and everything that has been hidden or withheld from us. With that being said, let's talk a little bit about this full moon. This particular full moon is in Aquarius. And Aquarius is about the mind, it's about the intellect, it's about information. It's also about community, connection, and collaboration. So because it's the full moon, it's in opposition to the sun, right? That's what makes the moon really bright and full with this light. And the sun happens to be in Leo. And Leo is the fiery sign that's all heart driven. It's about joy, it's about vitality, it's about shining your light, it's about leadership. It's all about the heart. So here we have the moon in Aquarius, which is about the mind, and the sun in Leo, which is all about the heart. So some of the interpretations of what's going to be happening with the energy right now is this duality of polarity playing out between the mind and the heart. So this could be happening internally to you, such as, do I want to align with fear, or do I want to align with love? Do I want to align with the victimhood stance, or do I want to align with being a creator and being in that creative mode? So you may have some things personally showing up, but with this combination, it's also about envisioning and manifesting and developing creative expression. And that creative expression may be through collaboration. I did not know this, but a month ago, I created a collaboration with someone that I used to bring into Half Moon. She is a frame drum. Well, she's a woman who works with the frame drum and tries to educate people, especially women, on the fact that women were the original drummers, and using frame drums not only to drum, but to create sound and to use their voice and to sing with the drum. So we're doing an event tonight at a flower farm. So I loved hearing it's about collaboration, which is what I'll be doing tonight. We're going to get started. I thought, one, since I'm bummed because at first this morning I was thinking, I'm just going to do the whole class over again that I did yesterday so that it's on film. But then I woke up today going, yeah, but it's the full moon. And do we really want to do all that energization exercises that gives us a boost of energy when the full moon probably already has the reins of our energy? Or do we just want to chill out? So I'm looking at the latter. We're going to do just a few exercises to get the body moving And then we're going to form some stillness, and we're going to restore today and just take a load off. So let's have 2 blocks, bolster, and a blanket. And I'm going to meet you in child's pose. And you can make this singular without a bolster, or you can bring the bolster into the equation. So let's start off in child's pose. You can take any variation. Bring the big toes together to touch. Sit back towards your heels. Fold over your lap. And penetrate the third eye. As soon as you get in position, start your mindful breath work. Breathing in, out, through the nose. Then separate your fingers, slide your hands out in front of you. Rock up hands and knees. Once you rock up hands and knees, walk the hands over to the right side. When you step it over to the right side, keep your right hand where it's at, but drop halfway towards the floor and lengthen through your left arm, bow your head. Stretching out the left side body, creating this little inversion. On your next inhale, gently slide your left hand back. Walk and travel to the left. Once the hands are off the mat, slide your right arm out. Dip halfway towards the floor. Hold and breathe. Inhale, slide your right hand back. Walk it back to the sticky mat, but step your hands beyond your shoulders because we're going to tuck the toes and launch into downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, we're going to lift high to the toes. Exhale, pour down through the heels. Lifting the feet and spilling the feet down. Just pumping the heels up on the inhale, down on the exhale one more time. And then walk your hands back towards your toes. Folding, releasing your neck, and allowing things to drain towards the crown of the head, the indwelling place of the moon. So any full moon is wanting to highlight or to spotlight things that are in our lives that we may need to release. Perhaps it's an old idea, fear, doubt, negative energy, toxic people or workplace. Maybe something that's already stripped away. Firm mentally within, nothing and no one on this earth can hold me down or back. Life goes on. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins. Prop up by straightening the arms, straighten the back, shoulders back from your ears as you look forward, and then take your arms to your sides and up overhead. Place your palms together above. Feel as though you're catching a moonbeam, or a moonbeam is shining down for you. And then exhale, fold down the middle, separating your hands as you bow the head. Belly towards thighs, chest towards knees, forehead towards shins. And then we'll walk the hands out in front of us. Returning to downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, fly your right leg up. Bend the top knee, twirl through your hips and upper body, maybe gazing underneath that right arm for scorpion. Unroll, plant your right foot, take it to the other side, lifting the left leg on the inhale. Creating the scorpion's tail on the exhale. Hold and breathe. And then unroll the hip, land your left foot, sink back to your knees. Line the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders. We're going to inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And continue. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Be mindful as you're rolling back and forth between the two poses, maybe finding that still point in between the in and out breath, so that you're holding each position ever so briefly. Last set. And then from here, let's get off the knees, coming down to our seat. And then you're going to have your knees bent. And with your knees bent, you're going to slowly walk the feet in just a tad, not too much, because the hands are going to go behind the back. We're going to lean into the hands. Now, step your feet a little wider apart so that you can rock the knees over to the right. Lift them back to center, and then off to the left. So again, you're leaning into your hands, swishing the knees up on the inhale, dropping them down on the exhale for the windshield wipe twist. Do one more set, and we'll end to the left since we began on the right. And then go ahead and walk your hands in. Build back up by lengthening your left leg, grabbing a hold of the right foot, plugging it into that inner thigh. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge forward for Janu Shirshasana with the head of the knee and your toes facing the ceiling. Shine your heart towards your toes. Breathe in and out through the nose. On your next inhale, let's gently come back up. All right, we're going to stay in this position, but we're going to take the right arm forward and then across the chest. The left arm is going to hook underneath that, so that when you squeeze the arm, it's coming closer towards your heart. You're keeping the crown of the head rising, and you're keeping the left ankle flexed. Now, gently release the arms and spin to the right. Right hand to the floor behind you. Left hand can catch that right knee, unless you don't have the room or if that's uncomfortable. It can always stay in front of you. It doesn't necessarily have to cross. See if you can spin through the shoulders and your neck to gaze back behind you if possible. Affirming here as you hold, I radiate my love, goodwill, and compassion to soul friends everywhere. And then unwind from that twist. All right, we're going to pick up the right knee. We're going to take a hold of the outside of the foot. We're going to lift it up. We're going to pull it back and extend the left arm for pulling the bow pose. From here, we're going to take that left hand and we're going to catch that right leg and extend the right arm out in front of us. This is a different variation of pulling the bow pose. And then we'll wrap the right arm around and squeeze for squeezing the leg pose. This time, both arms are hugging it in, and then rock the baby pose. Just rocking, swaying, turning the upper body side to side. All right, we'll do that sequence to the other side. Right leg extends, left knee bends, and then turn open from the hip. Arms lengthening overhead. Exhaling, Janu Shirshasana, pushing down through the right thigh, pressing out through the right heel, shining out from the heart. Firming here, left and right, and all around. Life's harmonies are truly fun. Inhale, we'll realign the spine. The left arm is going to reach in front of us, cross in front of the chest, and the right arm will hook below. And as you bend the right arm, that's going to naturally squeeze the left arm closer to you. One more deep breath. Exhale, release the arms. Turn to your left. Right hand to the bent knee or out in front. Continue to turn through your belly, through your chest, shoulders, neck. Perhaps gazing behind you. Affirming, I radiate my love, goodwill, and compassion to soul friends everywhere. Sorry, the landscapers are here again. Exhale, unwind. When you unwind from the twist, we're lifting the left knee. Sorry if that noise is coming through, they're right on the porch. Take a hold of the foot, lift it up, draw it back, pulling the bow pose. And then bring it in front, catch it with the right arm, extend your left arm. You can also use your hand, remember. And then take the left arm and help to pull it in on purpose, gaining that hip stretch. Good time to do that with the full moon since it relates to water and emotions. And the chakra also relates back to water and emotions. Let's do rock the baby. And then let's release. All right, now we're going to restore. I want you to take both blocks in front of you and the bolster on top. The blanket, of course, can be aligned under your head and your neck, or you can drape it over your body. I'm going to do the wrap today over the belly and tucking it into the waist. To me, this feels really grounding. This is a good day to ensure that we get grounded. This time, if you brought in an eye pillow or towel, you're welcome to cover the eyes. Observing your breath, entering and exiting. Let your meditation be in that state of observing the in and outflow of the breath. Some lineages of yoga don't even practice physical poses at the full moon. But we do know versions and forward folds can be very calming for the mind. The mind is what usually gets more restless during this time of the month. So allow this inversion to help to slow the wheels of the mind down. Witnessing the breath ebbing and flowing will be helpful as well. Follow the next 10 breaths. All right, the blanket is over your body. Let's shed that away. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Now, if you prefer to stay here, stay here. If you want to join me for a little movement, you're going to hug the right thigh towards you. Now, on the inhale, we're going to lift and straighten the right leg. And as we exhale, we drop the foot and squeeze. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten the right leg, lift it up. Exhale, drop the foot and squeeze. 1 more. Inhale, lift it up. Straighten it out. Exhale, bend the knee and squeeze. Reset over the bolster. Right ankle over left knee. You can stay put. If you want a little activity, link your hands behind your left thigh. Inhale, sail the foot up. Exhale, lower it down and squeeze in. 2 more. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee and hug in. Last one. And you don't necessarily have to reset here. Just loosen your grip to uncross the right ankle and spin the knees over to the right and come up. We're creating a slide, but a little differently today. The tall block is going to be on the middle height. The second block on the lowest height. The bolster over to create the slide. The blanket can go over the body, or you can tuck it in between your knees and calves. We're lifting the spine, turning the body, walking it out, and lowering belly, chest, and your right cheek to the bolster. This is our new restorative pose. You can close your eyes, relax, and breathe. Then we're going to slide the hands closer, push down through the palms, and come up. And then this is that two-sided twist. I hope you like this bolster being elevated. We do this occasionally, and I forgot about it, thought about it the other day. And I think I like it better than just the bolster on the floor. If you have that blanket in between the legs, you can bring it with you. Turning your body, lifting and extending the vertebrae, turning towards the prop, lowering down to your left cheek this time. Let's slide the hands closer. Press our way up. And as you're coming up, you can move the blocks away. And land in a restorative back bend. Again, using blankets over the body, under the knees or under head. Oh, and since we have a couple blocks, if you wanted to do reclined butterfly with this, you could bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart, and blocks underneath the knees. This will be our pose for Shavasana. Remembering the full moon today in Aquarius is in opposition to the sun in Leo, one representing the heart and one representing the head. Well, since you're in a back bend, take a few moments to explore your breath. Notice the rolling effect that it has. How it feels as though it's rising and falling. If you want something to meditate on, you can imagine with the eyes closed, gazing in and up to your mind's eye. It's as if you were looking up towards the evening sky, seeing the illumination of the full moon. And every inhale, you can set your gaze at that circle of light. And as you exhale, bring your awareness down into your heart. Picturing the sun in the heart and the moon at the brow. Take 3 more breaths. Up to the brow, up to the moon, down to the heart. That's representing the sun. Let's bend the knees. Rock them gently side to side. Over to one. Finding your way up to a seat. May we all be observant of what is being highlighted within us and around us during the current moon phase. May we remember to stay grounded and tuned into our breath so that our emotions remain unfazed. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.